Alright, what we got here today? Quick video, I hope it's just quick. This is an example of when to never give up on a tool. So I'm doing a neck shot on this left-handed D35, and typically I drill 2 holes right here, and I use my steam needle right here, as you can see. The problem is, and this happens just once in a great while, and that is, you go to drill these holes and they hit the dovetail down in here, or they hit the neck block and you're not sure which. But see, here's a probe, and this probe is not going in. That's that. I know it goes further than that. So what I do, ouch. What I do is reach over here with the small Allen wrench. I'll clear some probe on it some more, and there it is. It's going in. It's going in that far. But that's as far as the drill bit goes, and it's not going in to the dovetail. On this shot, however, I was able to get a thin one in. Let me get the thin one. I already put all these tools up, and I decided to do this real quick. This is a super long one right here. And this is just a thin, what is this, 1.5 millimeter too. And what I was able to do is get that really long one into here. And I sure ain't going to show this on video, but I tapped it in with the hammer and drove it through the fibers, the wood fibers there, to get down into the dovetail. My steam needle still would not fit in there. And the only thing that was happening was the steam was just circulating right here and coming out. But the heat needle fits, because I got a thin hole in there, and this is a much thinner needle, as you can see. So this one goes in. Now I can tell by the angle of this thing that probably what I'm doing is hitting the side of the neck block right here. And that's kind of unusual, because this is plenty of space over here, and I should be okay. But I'm going to use, because I already have some steam and some moisture down in there, it went through this tiny hole and got down into the neck block dovetail joint. So there is some moisture in there, and I'm hoping there's going to be enough moisture to make this needle work a little bit better. So we're going to see. This is a troublesome neck reset. Most of them are just a piece of cake. I've already taken 2 off today. This is the 3rd one, and it's giving me trouble. I don't want to accuse it being a left. I don't want to say the trouble is because it's a left-handed guitar, but these things do cause issues. And so that hole is way bigger than I normally do, because I was moving the drill bit around trying to find that pocket. This one never made it. This one did. I've done this before, and sometimes what I've done is actually routed this out till I find the thing. It's just a pain in the butt. But we're going to try the heat stick here and see if it does the trick. And like I said, there is some moisture down in here. I also tried coming in through the strap button hole right here, but that didn't quite do it. And I could never feel it when it went through. It wasn't going to do it. So the heat needs to go down. So we're going to try this steam needle for a little bit. I'm sorry, the heat stick for a little while, and see if this doesn't do the trick. And I'm thinking it will. But what this is an example. Don't give up on a technique just because you don't like it at first. I don't like the heat stick all the time. Most of the time the steam works great for me. Like I said, I've already taken off 2 necks, but here's an example of where, okay, maybe this is going to do the trick, you know. I didn't throw them away, and I didn't, you know, I didn't do anything like that. So we're going to come back in a little bit and see if I was able to get this out with the heat stick. And I think I will, because it went down in there pretty good, and I have taken off necks with this. My main complaint with the heat stick is it just took so much time. I can see it moving. There must be hitting that steam in there. Must be hitting the moisture in there and cause it to move, but it's shaking. So it just took a lot of time, man. It took me an hour to get one of these necks off with the heat stick. Normally it's like 10 minutes with steam. But I don't have a choice here, and I was able to get it down in there. So I might go probe on this other hole a little bit more while I'm waiting. I might probe on this hole some more and see if I can't open that one up, and we can put the stick in both sides and expedite this thing a little bit. So, all right, we'll be back. Well, here we go. It's been 40 minutes with this heat stick in here. It's hot. I mean, it's hot. I can feel it. I put 3 droppers of water in there. I can feel the dovetail is a little bit warm. I'm not getting anything, no movement. So I'm going to switch back over to the steam for just a second. Set that heat stick down there. I'm going to go back and forth between steam and heat stick. See if I can get something going on here. I do have a very small hole in there, so maybe it'll drive the steam down there. Maybe it's loose enough now that it'll do it. Push that down there as far as I can. Put my bag up here. Hope I don't block that. Now, I am getting steam out of here. The second hole now, which is good. Wasn't getting that before, but I know it's not. I know it's not going through the dovetail. It's probably just hitting something and coming back up. But let's see if we can't get some steam down there. And the way I'm going to tell is I'll get moisture coming out the bottom of the heel under here, which I don't want to move anything right now. I got too much stuff. But reach down here at the bottom of the heel and feel for moisture. And interestingly enough, there's a little bit of a gap down here. So I suspect this hasn't been off before. I haven't seen any evidence of holes or anything, but that's not too bad. If I'm getting steam swinging through everything, maybe that'll help. I've been on this guitar for an hour. Normally it takes 15 minutes, 10 minutes. And I cannot get another hole. I drilled a second hole in here, and I cannot get a clean hole into this thing. A little bit of moisture, just a little bit down in there. Push it down as far as I can. Normally this thing would go up to here. So I know I'm not getting very good depth on this. Yeah, maybe I can get enough steam in there. I'm going to steam it for a couple of minutes, and I'm going to wiggle the neck the old-fashioned way. See if I can make it move. Let's see what else is going on with it. Yeah, there's some steam coming out the bottom. I can see some steam. Let's take a look. That's worth looking at. Little steam coming out right there. So that's good. And now I'm getting down in there. Okay, just back up. This GoPro tripod has a magnetic base, and every time I pick it up I have to open those super strong rare earth magnets with one hand. Alright, let's see if we get any progress here. Let's try not to knock the steamer off of here. I'm not budging, but I have some steam right there at the bottom of the heel. That's good. Good. That's progress. More progress than I had a minute ago. Well, more progress than I had an hour ago. You also don't have to steam it the whole time. You can let it soak in because it is pretty hot water. The other thing I'm going to do here in just a second is I'm going to go ahead and clamp it. See if I can press it out. I got nothing there. I got nothing there. I know that one's not going in. This is the only hope right here. That hole. See, I stopped it. So I know I had that pressed up against the wood. Whatever's blocking it. I'm not seeing steam there. I may have it clogged. I've got to back up a little bit. Back it up just a hair. Go ahead and put some clamps on it. Fortunately, I'm in a patient mood today. Oh, it actually may have moved. It moved, yes! Here it comes. Yes! Woo! Okay, let's see what our problem was. Okay, it's just like I thought here. Problem is, let's see, I was hitting the neck block down here. You can see the gouge right there with the drill bit dug in, and I'm just hitting the neck block. And so what we have here is just a very, very tight dovetail fit. There's the neck, and again, I'm trying to balance this with one hand and get you into the light. But the drill bits were coming down here, and you can see the drill scar right there. And what we have is just a very, very tight neck block to dovetail fit. There's probably like there's no room in here where it should be. And so, and there's a lot of glue down in there, but yeah, you can see the worm tracks, basically, you know. Got it off. So a combination of the steam and the heat, and I imagine the heat stick, even though it didn't do it all the way, it probably softened that glue up just enough. And I'll get that off, no problem. Probably softened the glue just enough that the steam then was able to do the trick better. So, all right, we're in good shape now. Okay, so that's, again, the whole point of this thing is to show you a difficult neck reset and how I went back to another tool that I didn't really like as my primary tool, but it still has a purpose. And I'm familiar with it because I've done a couple of neck resets, and I said, I'm going to try this tool. I'm going to get a different screwdriver, basically, and see if that'll help. It took an hour to get this neck off, over an hour, pretty sure. And combination of these two did it. So now I'm going to clean this all up, and then I'm going to put my stick in there, and we've got progress finally on this thing. So, whew, that was a tough one. But fortunately, like I said, I was in patient mood today. I wasn't in a hurry. All I really wanted to do was get these necks off. That's the last neck for the day, and this guitar is in pretty good shape now. So we'll see you later. Okay, real quick like here, I got this all cleaned up, and watch the neck on the body, and you will see that there's almost no gap on here. So again, I was correct on that. See, when it comes together here, man, that's hard to get in the camera right there. There's very little gap between here and here. Normally there's about that much, and you get your needle down in there. So there's just simply no room between here and here to get the drill bit down there. There wasn't even 3/32 of an inch here. This goes on there exactly, and I can see here. It's so hard to get into the camera though. I'm gonna tilt it around a little bit. Let's see if we can get it. See, what you can tell also by trying to move the neck here. Very little movement. Very little movement right there. There just simply was not enough room to get the drill bit down in there. And so, now that this is cleaned up, you can see again, you can see the tracks of the drill coming down right here. And they immediately went over here and hit the neck part of the block. So I just couldn't get a drill bit in there. And you can say, well, you could use a smaller drill bit, but you'll never get it down there far enough, you know. You've got to have a 3/32 because that's how big the needle is. And so, just not going to make it. I wish I had a 3/32 about that long, but I think it would be so flimsy you'd never be able to do anything with it. Okay, got the neck off, anyways. See you later.